folks, welcome to the 5 elements you need to record your first video. And today we're going to talk about the things that you probably already have that means you can start creating videos straight away. Because I hear a lot from my students that they don't have the right camera, the right microphone, the right software to get started, and that's just not the case. We can always improve all of these things as we go along, but to start getting video content out there right now, you can start with what you've already got. Because what you need is a way of recording it, and you need your message. And you already have your message, so let's start getting it out there, and let's improve on the equipment as we go. Hi, I'm Fraser from the Public Speaking Institute, and excited to share this with you today so that you can get out straight away and start making videos that make a difference to your particular tribe. So let's talk about the 5 things that you're going to need to start with, and the first is a camera. And here we have a heap of options because most of us now in our computers, in our laptops, have a camera. That's how I'm recording for you today. On my Mac, the camera that is already built in is doing exactly what I need it to do. The other thing, of course, we all have, most of us these days anyway, is a smartphone, and these will also record your video. So really we have so many ways that are already with us. Now once you want to move up, you might want to move into a little handheld camera, and most of these days relatively cheap for what you want to do and creating videos. I do most of my videos exactly like this, working to my laptop. And of course, once we go on from there, the sky's the limit on how much we want to spend on a camera. But really just make sure these days that it's got HD capability so that you're getting quality. The megapixels don't matter too much because you're not going to blow this up. You just want it streaming online and on video. The second thing we're going to look at today is the microphone, which is obviously the way of recording our voice. And to me, this is actually the most important because we will forgive a little bit of quality in the video when we're watching, but we want to have a nice sounding voice. Now, once again, if you're using your laptop or your desktop or your phone, they are already recording audio. And that works really well if you're in a controlled situation like this. So I can shut down my office and I can make sure that, the noises that I'm having or the echoes that I'm having aren't as appropriate because you want people obviously to be able to hear you. But the minute I step outside of this environment, if I'm recording outside and things, then noise becomes a real issue. And this is the first place I say to most people, this is where I would start investing. I use a desktop microphone. It's a Bluetooth Yeti, not a Bluetooth Yeti, sorry, a Blue Yeti, which is a USB I plug into the computer. And they are fantastic. If you search Blue microphones, you'll find a heap of them out there in and around the $100, $200 mark. But you can find them secondhand on eBay, which is where I found this little gem. It was the first thing I invested in, and for less than $100, I've got a really quality microphone which allows me to record my voice and have it coming through to you at a much better resonance and a much better level that will start to appeal to your ears as well. Now, there are other ways that you can go. I've also got a stage mic that I have used in the past as well. But basically with microphones, to a large degree, what you pay is what you get. Your quality just goes up and up and up. So you work out where this is important to you and how. But as I said, for less than $100, you can get started on this. What I've got for when I work external or when I'm running workshops and things is a little lapel mic. And once again, you can pick these up on eBay from about $5 and they go into the hundreds. The $5 ones are okay in the sense that they'll give you better than what the camera across the room is picking up, but really you want to be spending a little bit more than $5 on a lapel mic. And these are great because once again, what this means is that as a lapel mic, you can be picking up the noise from here and actually have your camera quite a long way away. Whereas if you don't have a recording device and the camera, for instance, like this one, is doing the voice recording and the picture recording, then if I get too far away, I get a lot of echo and I get a lot of sort of what I call grainy audio. So this is the area that I would start upgrading as soon as I could, the microphone area. But work out if you're doing outside and you need, or workshops and you need a lapel mic, or if you'll be doing a lot of this, then I would be going for a decent desktop mic. The third thing that we need to look at is our background. And you can once again start with a whole heap of different ways. I see a lot of people just recording against a blank plaster wall, and that's fine. That's a white wall and it's not distracting and it's what you need to do. Then that's a great way to get started. But be really careful about your backgrounds. There are other ways to go. You can just hang a sheet up in the background. You can have a banner made with your logo on it. And then, of course, you can go up to professional photographic backgrounds, which actually then, take your videos up yet another level. And you can pick them up again on eBay or online relatively cheaply. They start at about $50 and go up from there depending on their quality and their size. So you don't need any of this to start with, but you can pick what's most important to you and just keep investing little bits and little bits to make your videos better and better as you get the hang of it. The fourth thing we need to look at is obviously what we're recording on. Now, today we're just recording straight into the computer, and most computers have their own programs that will allow you to record that video and some really basic editing features on it. Once again, if you jump online, you'll find a whole heap of different ways that if you want to run a webinar or you want to see a screen at the same time, that you can have screen recording software. Now, I'm a Mac user, so unfortunately I can't give the PC folks a lot of help, but even on Mac, the QuickTime Player, which is badly named because it will also record your screen, and that's included on Macs. So you have a way of starting out recording your screen if that's what you want people to see at the same time, and going from there. Once you start to move on, you can invest in programs like ScreenFlow and Camtasia. I use ScreenFlow to produce this particular video and have found it invaluable. Now, it's not a cheap piece of software, but what I have found is compared to even iMovie, which I was using on my Mac to edit the software, and what I mean by edit is you can then put things that zoom in and zoom out, you can trim and edit, you can have overlays, so things coming in and off the screen at different times. This is what I mean by editing. When you first start editing, really all you want is just to take the start and the end off it, to make sure that that the lead in and the lead out, as you see people lean forward and press the button, that's taken out of your video. Once you get further and further this, you can overlay other screens or screenshots of your camera. You can overlay pictures that you've drawn in or other videos and other things, and you can get quite technical, a little bit more like this video's been today. But have a look out there, and once again, work out what's important to you in what you're doing, on how you're going to use that recording, because that comes into part number 5, the editing. And early on, your editing will be limited. Okay, I wouldn't get too carried away with cutting and all that sort of stuff. My goal with my students who want to start this is, know what your message is, record a live video straight to camera like this, cut the start and the end, which most programs can do relatively easily, and there's your video. Don't worry too much about all these other overlays and everything, because you'll learn as you go how to do this. And as you get more traction, as you create more income, as your message gets out there and your tribe starts to get on board, you will find you have that little bit more money to invest in these things. So please don't go out and spend $1,000 on getting yourself set up to do video, unless that's the money you've got to spend, then fantastic. But you can start right now. My message in this is you don't need all of this equipment to start making videos. If you've got one of these, you can start making and loading videos, okay? And off you go. So really keep it simple, but make sure you've obviously got a camera, you've got a microphone or a way it's being recorded, you know what your background is going to be, you know what you're going to record it onto, and how you're going to edit. And that's the simple way to get started making fantastic videos for your tribe. We run a Facebook group called Public Speaking Tips, and I'd love to hear your comments and see your videos once you get them started in there. I've been Fraser from the Public Speaking Institute. Best of luck with your videos.